Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you silence your cell phones during the ceremony. Thank you. Friends, guests, students, and alumni of Miami University, please stand if you are able to honor the Farmer School of Business graduating class of 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, the administration and faculty of the Farmer School of Business.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Farmer School of Business graduation. As you know, my name is Jenny Darrick, and it's my honour to serve as your Dean, the Dean of the Farmer School, and the Mitchell P. Rales Chair of Business Leadership. Again, I'm thrilled to welcome you to our 2022 graduation Divisional Recognition Ceremony. So for now, if you would please remain standing, remove your hats, and join for the singing of our national anthem performed by Jaisla Rosario Santos, class of 2023, who's a Bachelor of Music and Vocal Performance. Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you so much, Jason. That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you. I would now like to introduce to you members of our platform party. Please hold your applause until I've introduced everyone up here with me on the stage. So platform party, if you can stand as I call your name and remain standing. In the third row on that side is Joel Harper, Chair of the Finance Department, Becky Cruz, Director of the First Year Integrated Core, Michelle Thomas, that way, good, Director of Student Engagement and Diversity, Chuck Mould, Acting Chair of the Economics Department. In the second row, I've got Chanel White, who's Assistant Dean for Academic Advising, Xiaowing Huang, who's the Chair of the Management Department, Skip Banamati, Chair of Information Systems and Analytics Department, Drew Reffert, Chair of the Accountancy Department. Oh, popularity contest here, Drew. Ooh. Tim Holcomb, Chair of the Entrepreneurship Department. Mike McCarthy, Chair of the Marketing Department. In the front row, we've got Brian Aschenbaum, Associate Dean of Curriculum. Okay, I'll give you a clap, good. Rosemary Ward, who's Associate Dean of the Graduate School. Amy Burgesson, who's the Associate Provost and Dean for the Undergraduate Education. Chris Gorman, our keynote speaker, Chief Executive Officer of KeyBank. CJ Walker, class of 22. Student speaker. And Melissa Thomason, Associate Dean of Faculty Affairs and Personnel. So please join me in recognising. Please be seated. I also want to thank the faculty in front of me who are here to attend the ceremony today. I'm grateful to you for being here. So thank you. Good, good. I'd also like to recognise some very important people who are with us today. Any university is only as good as its faculty and staff. And at the Farmer School, we are very lucky to have some of the best in business education in the world. We know that. At this time, I'd like all of our faculty who are here and staff to stand and be recognised. And graduates, let's do give them a hand of applause for all that they've done for you. Please be seated. So welcome again, friends and family. I am just so pleased that you are with us today to celebrate this important milestone in our students' lives. As many of you know, I joined the Farmer School as Dean on the 1st of July back in 2020, which means I didn't get to experience the Farmer School that I had seen when I interviewed for this wonderful opportunity back in February of 2020. Like our students, faculty and staff, I was more than ready and eager to get back to business as usual, whatever that means, and was excited when we returned to normal at last fall. Every one of you graduating today who have had your own Farmer School experience, made all the more different because of the challenges of COVID. And it's kind of a shame in some ways we even have to mention COVID, isn't it, during a graduation, but it still has defined 2 of your years at this tremendous college. But like you, I arrived here with the conviction that the Farmer School of Business and Miami University is truly a special place, a place like no other. And I know you will graduate holding fond memories of your time here. Today, graduates, your time at the Farmer School, your journey comes to an end. The last few weeks, which have been filled, I know, with final projects, presentations, updating your LinkedIn profiles, exam preparation, and planning for the next phase of your journey, may have felt like you were heading into a home stretch of a marathon with just a few more yards until you reach the finish line. But it's not really a finishing line. I believe it's more of a starting point, a beginning, and one filled with opportunity for you. Before focusing on the future, I hope that you will pause and take stock of your time at the Farmer School, of your journey through the 4 years here at the Farmer School, and allow yourself just a moment to reflect and be truly proud of your accomplishments and all that you've achieved in the time you've been with us. I know, you know, that the pathway was anything but easy or direct. It was more like a cross between chutes and ladders. I was told to say that, by the way. In New Zealand, we play snakes and ladders, right? But you know what I'm talking about. Good. Okay. And Jumanji. We play Jumanji too. Beyond mastering the skills that you need for your chosen field, you learn to pivot, to self-motivate, to adapt to different meeting modalities and platforms, and work with team members in different geographies. All the things that will better prepare you for the next phase of your journey. For all of the joy that return to campus after the pandemic restrictions were lifted, for many students that challenge also was not without its challenges, and we're mindful of that, truly mindful of that. Maybe it was because you did such a good job of adapting to being at home in the basement, remote learning, and fully engaging with each other remotely, meeting strict time deadlines, working closely with others, so that in a way, you know, coming back felt more foreign again to what it was during the COVID era. Or it might be that the transition really back has been anything but smooth. To be the best version of you, you had to learn to combine the old with the new and to lean into life, to embrace ambiguity, to take risks, to seek opportunities to build community, and doing all of the things you did when you first stepped on campus. Now it is time to look forward with great confidence. You've got this, we know you've got this, I'm sure you know you've got this as well. And when you need a sounding board, an opinion, or just simple confirmation that you're heading in the right direction of your dreams, remember that you've got a team of 45,000 alumni cheering you on. And just let me pause. Hands up who are alumni in the house. There's quite a few in the audience. We appreciate our alumni. I always tell people it makes my job abundantly easy because we have such engaged alumni who want to stay connected to the school long after graduation, and we know that you will too, our recent graduates. So you've got this army of 45,000 alumni there for you, cheering you on, being willing to mentor and guide you at different stages of your career going forward. You know you've got many faculty and staff who are here cheering for you as well, all on your team. And remember that at the end of the day, we are all family. Love and honour. Thank you. Well, now it's on to our CJ Act. So I just want to introduce CJ. I don't know why I need to introduce CJ to you. I mean, you know CJ, but well, maybe people in the audience don't know. CJ is a truly remarkable young man. And so one of the things we do to recognise our outstanding students and highlight the changes that Miami and the Farmer School have made in our students, we always ask a graduate of the Farmer School to speak. This year we selected CJ Walker to be our graduation speaker. CJ is graduating with a double major, now count up this for a minute because I'm confused, economics, math and statistics. Double major, it's 3. And he can count, he's quite good. So for those in the audience, a math and statistics major is together. So it's a double major in economics and math statistics. Got it? Okay. I had to check them. Are you sure you haven't done 3? But he hasn't. CJ, that's right. CJ was very active outside the classroom as a student fellow in the Isaac and Oxley Centre for Business Leadership and a former co-president of the Multicultural Business Association. He's an avid pianist. Shout out for MBA, I hear it down the back. An avid pianist who co-founded Miami University Recreational Piano Society. And I keep telling CJ that I know that I, for one, will miss hearing CJ play that beautiful piano we have down in the Forsyth Commons. It's something that lifts my spirits when I walk around the building. So I know there are plenty of other students who play it, but we will miss CJ. CJ served as an undergraduate associate and a supplemental instructor leader for the Principles of Economics. He also participated in the College Federal Reserve Challenge, where he was a national finalist team member in 2020 and a national semi-finalist team member in 2021. Exactly. Whoa. But wait, there's more. All right. He also won the American Economics Association 2021 Andrew Brimmer Essay Competition. He's completed 3 internships while here at the Farmer School. Firstly, as a corporate development intern with Nationwide. Then he went to KPMG on the Embark Scholar Intern Program, and finally worked as an economic research intern with the Federal Reserve Bank in Cleveland. And that's where CJ will start his career this summer, at the Federal Reserve in Cleveland. CJ was selected by Poets and Quants as one of the best and brightest undergraduate students of the class of 2022. So please join me in welcoming CJ Walker to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dean Derek, and it did feel like 3 majors, I'll be honest. To faculty, staff, family, and friends, welcome. We are the Farmer School of Business graduating class of 2022, and we are both proud and fortunate to be here in person for this special day. To faculty and staff who showed great patience throughout our time here, we thank you. We want you to know that your contribution to our education will not go unnoticed. To the friends we made along the way, Thank you for the lending ear, your shoulders, and the memories that we were able to share with you. We not only survived, but we are better today than we were when we first walked through the gates of this amazing campus. And last, but certainly not least, our parents, for your unwavering support and for instilling in us the values to get us to this place, as well as for letting us move back in unexpectedly during our time in college. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry about that again. So much for your plans to converting our bedrooms into whatever it was you were planning. Now, you might be wondering why an economics major is addressing the student body and their parents. I don't know. I'm guessing someone finally took pity on the department after over 20 years of not having an econ major speak. And that's probably because you're afraid of me talking about supply and demand for the next 10 minutes. I promise I will not do that, marketing majors. In all seriousness, I'm here today to talk about our time here at Farmer. Over the last 4 years, we have endured what we have previously thought inconceivable. We entered college with expectations that our 4 years here would be just like those who came before us, engaging in the classroom as we learn to prepare for life's next chapter, finally being away from the clutches and watchful eyes of our parents, learn to be self-sufficient, and yeah, looking forward to the freedom that includes some indulgence of going to Brick on Thursdays. And for those who don't know, Brick is a bar. In addition, for me, college was about seeking and understanding diverse perspectives in a personal way. But yeah, that didn't work out as planned. The last 4 years included memories of an unimaginable series of world-shifting events that polarized the world, gave voice to the quiet, stole friends and family in the dark of the night, and reminded us that we must live our lives to the fullest each day. At Farmer, where we represent a microcosm of the world, we learn to debate, console, and stand side by side with each other. And we will take these resolve lessons beyond Farmer. On the topic of resolve, as we hear and see the implications of war on the people of Ukraine, and as we witness the results of hubris and self-glorification, we have also come to realize that if resolve was an image, the people of Ukraine are the best representation of resolve and are examples to all of us. Not being on campus removed the chance of learning about different aspects of college and meeting people from all walks of life. Although we retained the ability to learn their stories, we lost the personal feeling of impact on those stories. But through resolve, we were able to find a way for people to share their personal experiences. I served as co-president for the Multicultural Business Association, and we saw an opportunity to create a platform for us to express our perspective on various topics. Shout out Milano. In the midst of the pandemic and social justice movements, my organization wanted to find a way for all people to share their perspectives in a respectful manner. So, we decided to hold virtual town halls for the business school, which allowed for marginalized individuals to have a platform to speak about their experiences. To have a seat at the table is powerful and allows for multiple people to feel included. We all want to be heard and respected and to be treated with dignity. It reminds me of a Martin Luther King Jr. quote, that in the end, we will not remember the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. So let us all be reminded today that to be silent is to be complicit. College is an opportunity for us to interact with people from a variety of backgrounds and experiences, each and every single one in its own way. It is a unique opportunity for us to appreciate that regardless of race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, religion, or other notable differences, we actually have far more in common than not. Perhaps the greatest of which is to leverage our differences to contribute to a world for the benefit of those who will come after us. We understand the meaning of integrity as being a person with high ethical and moral values. I believe we all strive to be a person with these coveted values. However, when it comes to deciding what it means to do the right thing, that is where our perspective and our own experiences come into play. We tend to use our own personal history to determine how to act in certain situations. But sometimes these experiences result in us overlooking the other's perspectives. And as such, we fail to see holistically how our way of solving problems impact everyone. How we behave and act influences those around us. Alongside this, the values of an institution also influences us. I joined a fraternity that, although it did not initially reflect me because I was the only Black person, had values that aligned to mine. From day one, I was welcomed. And while that is true, in the middle of the social justice movements, we were challenged on how to support this topic. At times, it felt like a duty, which would suggest that it was an obligation. However, we all ultimately realized that it was not our duty, but our responsibility. That is, it is expected of us. We ultimately adopted an initiative for the fraternity to educate itself on topics such as bias, stereotyping, group thinking, and microaggressions. I am proud of the work that this group has done. During our time here at Miami, we have been shaped by those around us, especially friends, faculty, staff, and our families. The experiences and perspectives of this closing chapter will carry us into the next chapter of our lives. As we graduate from our Farmer School of Business, integrity, respect, and responsibility are what has shaped all of our experiences in one way or another. These three words are at the core of what binds us all together and what will bind us once we venture beyond the gates of Miami. And today is not a day that we bid adieu from the school or from each other. We came here with core values, and this environment and each of you helped to sharpen those values even further. Now, at the end of our chapter here, we have the responsibility to bring these values into our everyday lives and to show the world what it means to be a Farmer School of Business graduate, what it means to lead with integrity, responsibility, and respect, what it means to be a Miamian. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2022. We did it.
Thank you so much, CJ. Just what a wonderful message and so many powerful themes in there. Thank you again. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to welcome alumnus Chris Gorman. Chris assumed the role of Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, and President of Key Corp back on May 1, 2020, bringing more than 30 years of financial service experience to his role. He and his team are responsible for $181 billion in assets, 18,000 employees, and 3.5 million clients. He's focused on and dedicated to delivering shareholder value, keeping the client experience central to all of his priorities, lifting and revitalizing communities, and maintaining a diverse, experienced, and engaged board of directors and team. Previously, Chris was Vice Chair and President of Banking, where he was responsible for Key Corp's businesses. He's responsible for leading Key's integration of First Niagara Financial Group, which was the latest acquisition in Key's 190-year history. He's a member of the Supervisory Board for the Clearinghouse and is an active member of both the Bank Policy Institute and its Technology Policy Division, which is called the BITS Committee. Chris is also active in the Cleveland community, and he serves as a trustee of the Cleveland Museum of Art and is on the board of the University Hospitals Health System. He's also the chair of the Audit and Compliance Committee of that board. He's on the executive committee of the Greater Cleveland Partnership and is the co-chair of the Equity and Inclusion Subcommittee, and he also serves on the Farmer School of Business Board of Visitors. He's a great friend and colleague to me. Chris is joined today by his lovely wife, Brenda, who's sitting right behind number 22. Hi, Brenda, good to see you again, and is also a proud Miami alum. Please give both a warm welcome to Chris. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. Well, for anyone that was worried that the Fed can't engineer a soft landing, my confidence level just went way up. Thank you very much, Dean Derrick, for the kind introduction and for allowing me to speak today. I am delighted to be here with all of you on this important occasion as we celebrate your graduation from this great institution. As you just heard, my wife Brenda and I are proud alumni of Miami, a true Miami merger, as they say. Our time here was formative not only for the careers that we built, but also for the people we became. Brenda and I are here, and Brenda is with me here today to celebrate you and your accomplishments. We truly hope that your time here is as meaningful for you as it was for us. I would like to congratulate all of you on your accomplishments and congratulate your parents, your professors, your mentors as well. Although this is clearly your day to celebrate, the people around you deserve some credit too. You are here, you the graduates are here because of their love and support. They stand with you today and share in your success. You are graduating at an interesting time, to say the least. The last 2 years have tested all of us. The global pandemic changed much of the way we live and work, and some of those changes, frankly, will have lasting impacts. I know the pandemic had an impact on your educational experience. The last 2 years likely did not play out the way you had imagined when you began your Miami experience. And now as you graduate and prepare to launch your careers, you are facing intensifying economic and political pressures. It may not feel like the moment that you would have picked for yourself. I understand that. I became chairman and CEO of KeyCorp in May of 2020. I had prepared for many things that I thought about my new role as CEO, but I certainly had not prepared for a global pandemic and the resulting economic volatility. I'm often asked about the experience of taking on the CEO job during such a tumultuous and unprecedented time. This is where my advice starts for you today, because often you do not get to pick your moment. Often your moment picks you. The world needs you and needs you right now. We need your energy, we need your intelligence, we need your commitment, and we need for you to step up. When I'm asked about my first 2 years as CEO, I can honestly say it was not what I was expecting. There was no playbook for leading through a global pandemic, but it has been one of the most defining, rewarding, and enlightening times of my entire life. I've learned a great deal about leadership in my career, and the lessons were amplified in leading through the uncertainty of the last 2 years. I am pleased to share some of these life and leadership lessons with you as you take the next step in your journey. My first piece of advice is to be crystal clear about your purpose. Know who you are, but more importantly, know what it is that you uniquely want to contribute, how you want to add value. I knew early on I wanted to be in business. As a kid, I had a number of small businesses that I ran, what all of you today would call side hustles. Running these businesses fueled my desire to compete, but even more importantly, it fueled my desire to always give more than I take. And that is why I take great pride in bringing my purpose to life, whether it's helping someone grow their own business, helping someone buy their first home, helping someone be of service to the community, helping someone finance their education. My advice to all of you is to stay true to your purpose and values and to your deeper why. Doing so will be both fulfilling and energizing. My next piece of advice, this one's simple. Be a team player. Define team broadly. Be a collaborator with your teammates. You're not a competitor, you're a collaborator. You're not a team of one. Your team is all those who work alongside you and deliver on your company's purpose. As Jenny mentioned, in my instance, my team is 18,000 people strong. I have found that people will follow a leader who stands shoulder to shoulder with them through good times and especially through challenging times. When times are tough, always remember that the team will not follow where the leader will not go. Additionally, I will tell you, there's no job that's too dirty and there's no task that's too minimal. And I'll give you a couple examples of my time here in Oxford. This restaurant is no longer here, but some of the alumni will remember I washed dishes at Ozzy's. That was certainly an experience. I learned a few things, including how to chisel off French onion soup that had been boiled onto the bowl. The other thing I had the chance to do in Oxford is, some of you aren't going to believe this, but in 1983 when I graduated, it was the first time Oxford and the surrounding area was ever wired for cable. I was the initial cable salesman. And I can tell you, first of all, I was greeted with open arms. It was the greatest job I've ever had. I also learned a whole lot in that job as I drove around house to house selling cable. Remember, there's no job too dirty, no task too minimal. You must be willing to do the hard work in the trenches, right alongside your teammates. When I think back at some of the most challenging days in the pandemic, the feeling of being part of a team, the feeling of a purpose greater than myself, not only sustained me, it drove me forward. Many of you have heard of the Paycheck Protection Program, the government stimulus program that provided direct support to small businesses. Basically, debt forgiveness is free equity for you graduates there. KeyBank was a top performer in this program, punching well above our weight. Of over 5,000 banks in this country, we were the third most productive. And here's the important part. We accomplished this through teamwork. Thousands of teammates coming together, working around the clock to stand up the program almost overnight. Leaders, developers, bankers, branch managers all put everything aside and rolled up their sleeves to do what we needed to do, and frankly, like many times in business, just figure it out. We worked shoulder to shoulder to deliver for our clients when they needed us the most. And here's another lesson. If you can be there when people really need you, they will never, ever forget. I'm incredibly proud. I believe it was one of our finest hours and one of the best examples I've experienced of purpose-driven teamwork that I've ever had the privilege of being a part of my career. This example is a good lead-in to my next piece of advice. Build resilience and get comfortable with ambiguity. I believe these two traits are the biggest determinants of success in business and, more importantly, in life. It's fair to say that our collective and individual resilience has been tested in recent years. These are critical muscles to build. Too often, people mistake endurance for resilience. Endurance is about just living through something. Resilience is about rising above it. You will face many challenges and you'll face many disappointments in your career. Learning to view each challenge as an opportunity is exactly what it means to be resilient. You know, the reality that's very, very seldom discussed is while you can learn some things from success, you learn geometrically more from failure. The biggest opportunities in business are those where there is no clear roadmap. There's no precedent. Leadership is about finding a way forward when you don't have the clarity of some cookbook or some map. When facing a challenging situation, do not waste time, not 1 minute, blaming others or reflecting how you got where you are. Instead, focus your energy into how you and your team move forward. Design a plan, lead people forward, have a vision. Making progress through ambiguity is a skill that relies on teamwork, trust, and strong relationships, just as much, if not more, than your specific experience and your specific knowledge. In school, you have been rewarded for knowing the answer. In the business world, you don't need to know the answers, but you certainly need to know who does. My next piece of advice for you is to stay intellectually curious. Keep learning. If the world has taught us anything, it's that we are a long way from knowing or understanding everything. Cast a broad net in what you seek to learn about. Read, ask questions, try new things, nurture relationships. I have a ton of relationships from my time here at Miami many, many years ago. And by the way, Dean, I'm just amazed at some of the success that people that have been in this exact place have enjoyed over their careers as I travel around. It's just absolutely remarkable. Challenge yourself to understand different perspectives by surrounding yourself with difference. When I say difference, I mean diversity in ways you can see and diversity in ways you cannot. Make sure you have people around you who have experienced the world and, most importantly, see the world differently than you do. When they talk, listen. When they don't talk, listen more carefully. This leads me to my final piece of advice. Find something to do that you are truly passionate about. If you're not passionate about what you're doing and you're competing with others that are, it won't end well for you. There's no substitute for passion. Passion is what drives us forward. Passion is the engine that drives innovation. Passion is the engine that drives change. Passion is what, frankly, drives value creation in business. That said, all of you sitting out there with the red hats on, you have plenty of time to find your passion. There are many routes and many pathways to it if you just keep your mind open to new experiences. In your first job, you will likely perform a narrow and specific function, but everywhere around you, there will be opportunities to learn and try new things. My advice is simple. Dive in, work hard, learn from every experience. Learn about the business, learn about the company, learn about the markets they're in, but most importantly, learn about yourself. Embrace the journey. It's certainly full of surprises. There'll be ups, downs, and changes in directions, but every step of the way, just embrace it. And also, by the way, embrace the destination. Embrace them both. Your passion will be there waiting for you. We are here to celebrate each of you today, to congratulate all of you on your many accomplishments and wish you well as you write the next chapter of your life and all the chapters that follow. It is also, however, a moment of gratitude. There is no better time than today to say thank you to those who have made it all possible. Your education at the Farmer School has given you the fundamental tools to be the leaders of tomorrow. You have been inspired by these great professors. You have been prepared. You have been empowered to be leaders. Now, the rest is up to you. Our community, our nation, and frankly, the entire world need your collective talent. Congratulations, class of 2022. Go get them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chris. I really, really enjoyed that speech, and there were so many important messages for our students as you embark upon your next chapter. So thank you. Now we're moving on to the part that we honour you. Takes a while in graduations, doesn't it, to get to this part, but we're here. So you may have noticed a recurring theme today. All of our graduates are exceptional. But now I'd like to recognise some who've truly excelled above and beyond all expectations. To be eligible for Beta Gamma Sigma membership, the National Business Honorary Society, students must be in the top 10% of their class. I invite all students who've been inducted into Beta Gamma Sigma to stand if they're able and be recognised. Please stand. Great, thank you. Graduating today is a group of students who've completed all of the requirements for the Farmer School's Honours program. They are intellectually curious, mutually supportive, and a truly remarkable group of future business and organisational leaders. Would graduates of the Farmer School Business Honours program please stand if you're able and be recognised. Now I'd like to recognise those graduating with a China Business or Business in the Global Market certificate. Could you please stand if you're able? Those graduating with a GPA between 3.5 and 3.75 have earned cum laude honours. Cum laude honours, please stand if you're able. Thank you. Now, students with a GPA of between 3.75 and 3.9 are awarded distinction of magna cum laude. Magna cum laude graduates, could you please stand if you're able so we can recognise you? Thank you. And last but certainly not least are those who've graduated with a GPA of 3.9 or higher. And this group have earned summa cum laude honours. So could you please stand so we can recognise you? Thank you. So for some of our very special students, 1 degree simply was not enough. So there's a group here who pursued both an undergraduate and a graduate degree at the same time. So with those students graduating with concurrent bachelor's and master's degrees in accountancy or economics, please stand if you're able. Thank you. Thank you and congratulations again on your outstanding efforts in the classroom and beyond. So now is the moment we've all been waiting for. We're proud of each and every one of you. There are more than 900, well, there are 916 Farmer School graduates today, and we know that you will enthusiastically agree that we have much to be proud of, you have much to be proud of. Now, these are the rules. Are you listening? Okay. As we call out each of your names today, we want each student and their loved ones to enjoy this special moment. Feel free to smile, you can text, tweet, hug the person sitting next to you when your graduate's name is read, but please hold your applause until the graduates have all been recognised. I'm going to ask now Deans Melissa Thomason, Chanel White, together with faculty members Gerald Grandison, Greg Fisher and Ching Burke to assist us in presenting the diploma covers to the candidates. We'll start with our master's degree candidates. And will the marshals now please escort the Masters of Accountancy, Masters of Arts and Masters of Business Administration candidates to the stage for the presentation of their degrees. Thank you.
Alexandru Matthew Stan.
Abai Ismalu.
Lauren May Glass.
Robert Andrew Stan.
Kirby Copper.
Cameron Andrew Hunter.
Megan Alyssa Merck.
Catherine Susanna Bayless.
Derek Matthew Andrews.
Wendy Isabel Ruiz Chaez.
William Matthew Gilfillan.
Stephanie Zapaya Nava.
Ryan Joseph Pitor.
Emily Grace Marie Ward.
Lakshmi Prabha Ramasamy.
Colton Michael Lawnberger.
Benjamin Bradley Waugh.
Kevin Bishop Barrett.
Ayaka Motoki.
Ian Michael Smith.
Maggie Kendall Williams.
Omar Alexi Larios.
Robert Karen.
Raymond Francis Kahn.
William Alexander Pisakrita.
Nicholas Robert Hesselgesser.
Madison Brooke Matthew.
Jason F. Lance.
Mitchell David Weaver.
Madeline Rose Banyas.
Kyle Anthony Stefanski.
Amara Taylor Cummins.
Vutsa Sai Uramasati.
Brendan Andrew Burns.
Megana Muva.
Letty Elizabeth Mitchell.
Ashley Nicole Longsinger.
Avery Lanyon Shao.
William Sheridan Dunn.
Lucia Wolf.
Benjamin Delaney Keeley.
Natalie Helen Heiser.
Alexander Rees Amata.
John Christopher Locks.
Vish Nalagatla.
Angelo Gilbert Pendolino.
Griffin William Lester.
William Vincent Caples V.
Luis Antonio Diaz.
Lucas J. Smith.
Ashley Renee Brewster.
Daniel John Bosworth.
Juhao Pan.
Devin Marine Hannon.
Derek Stefan Sanders.
Hallie Elise Berberich.
Katie Shawless.
Abigail Marie Niebling.
Zoe Nicole Hartman.
Mitchell Wayne Boyce.
Marin Elizabeth Thumer.
Davis Hyman.
Brendan Michael Page.
Brianna Josephine Renuart.
Isaac Joseph Weicker.
Sophia M. Kriverkino.
Nicholas Andrew Rogers.
Daria Shakolva.
Chase Michael Grisak.
Aaron Patrick Garner.
Kane Garrett Dixon.
Erica Edwards.
Theodore Girardi Calton.
Emma Jean LaGuardia. Micah Lester Fields. Joel Nathaniel Kersnerich.
So please give a round of applause to our Masters of Accountancy and Masters of Economics. Thank you. So, Marshals, will you please bring forward the undergraduate candidates for the presentation of their degrees?
Emmanuel Michael Adams.
Jared Robert Roy.
Brendan Hallaby.
Tanner Slivka.
Grant Douglas Manwaring.
Robert James Landis.
John Michael Anton.
Matthew Ryan Petraco.
Sabrina Garcia Salas.
Chase Markley Sawyer.
Catherine Elizabeth Horvath.
Rachel Elizabeth Harmon.
Jocelyn Marie Kowalski.
Jacob Eli Payson.
Adriana Day Richards.
Henry James Walton.
Rebecca Marie Fieldstedt.
Kathleen Eleanor Tropsa.
Ashley Nicole Fortner.
Alexandra Ellis Lynch.
Ariana Deborah Massa Viegos.
Tess Catherine Spindler.
Elena Maria Howard.
Christina Elizabeth Valentini.
Hannah Lee Chauvin.
Grace Elizabeth Ensign.
Tobin Schaefer Green.
Rachel Ann Noble.
Jordan Nicole Douglas.
Kayla McKenna Durkar.
Delaney Ray Woods.
Jared L. Treft.
Adriana Christina Cooper.
Jonathan Douglas Balch.
Cameron James Williams.
Brendan Thomas Luzapine.
Peter Colby Haynos.
Julia Ann Kessel.
Caroline Grace Kinney.
Grace E. Hemmeter.
Annalie Teresa Berger.
Noah Everett Taylor.
Lydia M. Andina.
Tyler Anthony Roscoe.
Annette Lane Penland.
Garrett Scott Fisher.
AJ Peterson.
Daniel James Hurley.
Jeremiah Cooper Grimm.
Jack Watson.
Mitchell Pilecchio.
Matthew Harrison Crawford.
Anurag Kashyap Matabushi.
Jonathan David Shirley.
Samuel Gerard Moore.
Allison Marie Blackburn.
Garrett W. Runyon.
Lauren Weiler.
Raymond Joseph Lugers.
Catherine Elizabeth King.
Mackenzie Rain Spurlock.
Michael Joseph Inguanta.
Alexander Maxwell McGuire.
Catherine R. Skelly.
Joshua Ethan Jacobson.
Margaret Ann Hands.
Robert J. Plotka.
Katie Joyce Sawtell.
Seth Allen Kramer.
Emma Kate Baumgartner.
Bryson Tyler Freeble.
Sydney Irene Rose.
Yitong Liu.
Jackie Kwan.
Jie Tan.
Emily Moreno Murillo.
Emma Ann Roan.
Ziyue Wong.
Kierna Lee Chalmers.
Chi An.
Abigail Grace O'Brien.
Yuin Han Shi.
Grace May McGee.
Ding Fong Zhong.
Nicholas L. Cutler.
Wenzhua Zhuang.
Shreya Patel.
Brian Matthew Whitney.
Landon Caesar Neal.
Zachary Thomas Kohler.
Angus Henry Barton.
Isaac B. Crone.
Chase James Van Cleve Himmler.
Alex A. Bondala.
Lucille Faith Schreiber.
Megan Grace Cantwell.
Tyler Sean Rinn.
William Stewart Denny.
William Avery Cox.
E. Liu.
Vanessa Caitlin Gereltz.
Lucas Harry Donahue.
Derek Ryan Dashke.
Peyton Alexander Nipsicont.
Andrew Jonathan Seinard.
Andrew Gavin Burlingame.
Maxwell Bauer Lutz.
Dylan Patrick West.
Alexander Joseph Tavella.
Connor Jonathan Micken.
Matthew Tobias Hum.
Elong Tan.
Brian Patrick Vierheil.
Meredith Nasser.
Colin Samuel Mannion.
Caroline Rose Mashburn.
Cody Neil Keith Mulford.
Caroline Grace Davis.
John Michael Webster.
Sari Bennett Gall.
Evan Nicholas Tilsley.
Aaron Nellie Pels.
Jacob Garrett Heft.
David Jerome Pennell II.
Sarah Ann Crane.
Bradley Justin Leventhal.
Erin Elizabeth Byer.
Michael Claude Amsalem.
Cameron McKay Ferris.
Sean Luke Castellanos.
Boy Min Ha Nguyen.
Blake Robert Storer.
Alexandra Marie Bolena.
Harrison Chase Jensen.
Alexander Matthew Davenport.
William E. Yater.
Luke Thomas Feck.
Chad Robert Ayers.
Michaela Kathleen Sheehan.
Adam Sagan.
Lindsay G. Stewart.
Jacob Gramont.
Evelyn Joanne Weiser.
Robert Tyler Weidling.
Curtis Tyler Hornsby.
Christopher James Walker.
Trey Lewis Petrella.
Nobuki Niki.
Haley Elise Dardis.
Jackson Matthew Crane.
Caroline Colburn Terry.
Thomas James Lumsden.
Janae Leanne Dunnigan.
Cameron Hollister Mabley.
Zachary Dale Williams.
Adam John Weiserick.
Brendan Sheng Hong. Keck.
Maxwell Thomas Mosbacher.
Kirby Fleming Heltman.
Bryce Michael Todd.
Nicholas James Altenbach.
Nicholas John Shamsey.
Nathan Alexander Malinowski.
Isabella Marie Cincerelli.
Riley Mason Hartzell.
Madeline Elizabeth Recker.
Taylor David Kelb.
Caroline Page Flaherty.
Jared Pate Regruth.
Benjamin Jaden Parlberg.
John Patrick Neary.
Quinn Danielle Hutchinson.
Matthew Clifton Carlucci.
Daniel Harris Overmeyer.
Lillian Bouvier Frederick.
Ziyi Ma.
Matthew Kervick Eriks.
Shuchi Zhang.
Kevin Daniel Russell.
Shiyong Sunny Yu.
Caroline Price Nelson.
Abigail Marie Hubbs.
Melissa K. Murphy.
Cole Hunter Mitchell.
Natalie Lauren Dunnett.
Tiago Nunez Antonio.
Audrey Grace Goebel.
Nicholas A. Kordiak.
Cameron Lee Carton.
Saif Boulos.
Laurel Juliette Melnick.
Kevin Garrett Von Holt.
Daniel Brooke Liam.
Thomas James Hemsworth.
Brooke Elizabeth Scheffler.
Eliana Ray Pekka.
Victoria Brianna Villanueva.
Rebecca Suzanne Poth.
Ethan Jong Min Ernstrom.
Madeline Stone McBride.
James Alexander Taylor IV.
Anna Marie Martin.
Michael Matthew Gear.
Brendan Tyler Christ.
Cole Mason Grossclose.
Laura Catherine Wallace.
Emily Grace Ye.
Caitlin Ray McDonald.
Kara Jiayi Wei.
Rachel Amanda Klein.
Zachary Raymond Moore.
Tina Marie Elizabeth Zola.
Andrew Gregory Wachter.
Nicholas Jeremy Simarusti.
Nicholas Culver Canaday.
Natalie Victoria Day.
Coleman Breckenridge Dosker.
Kevin John Schreiner.
Brett Michael Bossart.
Jeremiah Lee Kincaid.
Mason August Campo.
Ava Rose Kunar.
Michael Barone.
Kristen Twyla Crabtree.
Scott Henry Hill.
Salvatore John Graziano.
Nicoletta Rose Benjamin.
Mac Robert Magueros.
Isabella Ava Anakini.
Spencer D. Nightingale.
Jake Scott Sonkin.
Michaela Renee Temple.
Graham DeSanto.
Nicole Moranchik.
Cameron James Mikula.
Elizabeth Ann Hodge.
Melissa Klein McDonnell.
Kyle Christopher King.
Shreya Gupta.
Luke Elliott Romanek.
Jake Thomas Bellinger.
Isaac William Bowers.
Christopher Sterling Eifert.
Albert Kerpak.
Patrick Joseph Goggin IV.
Nicholas Davis Tellerico.
Jonathan Austin Olmsted.
Rourke Tekavik.
Kyle Anthony Meredith.
Charles Taylor Fox.
Nathan Mateus Aliopoulos.
Alexander Dimitri Fortman.
Christian James Coate.
Cole Christopher Flanders.
Connor Jordan Manley.
Andrew David Kraft.
Rukmini Pal.
Gavin William Heising.
Isabella Mancini.
Julia Eve Eldman.
Gabriel Del Mosco.
Yunja Zhang.
Jeremy Ian Stein.
Nina Galapaludi.
Casey Joseph Newton.
Andrew James Hill.
Micah David Hastings.
Jacob Brian Racy.
Haley Catherine Thompson.
Andre Julian Sue.
Kyle Jason Mousa.
Anthony R. Troiano.
Philip Thomas DeSilvestri.
Junyu Jason Wong.
Chi Pham.
Kiyang Chloe Guo.
Milana Yarbrough.
Chao Hong Vu.
Herbert Asari Kofi.
Han Hong Lee.
Natalie Michelle Walsh.
Caroline Grace O'Mara.
Maxwell Joshua Ratner Jr.
Elliot Xavier Kelly.
Rebecca Ellen Prangley.
Amanda May Harkins.
Conal Barry Demian.
Natalie Kukovich.
Alec Antonio Donaldson.
Evan Joseph Owayasoa.
Noah Kelly Zender.
Sam Daniel Groff.
Bailey Ryan Zaharansky.
Matthew Hugo Beltran.
Julia Catherine Johnson.
Matthew Alexander Madias.
Caitlin Michael Schley.
Benjamin James Morgan.
Morgan L. Lance.
Scott Alexander Ballich.
Jack William Runner.
Margaret Helen Rella Pilkington.
Kate Marie Kleinwachter.
Lyle Fuso Roddy.
Charlotte Alexandria Tennant.
Daniel Michael Blum.
Mackenzie L. Lesher.
Garrett Christian Schroyer.
Cortland Olivia Richardson Morris.
Brendan Thomas Earls.
Matthew James Huber.
Torsten Bernard Lee.
Gavin Robert Clark.
Kovalum Christopher Herdick.
Benjamin Jackson Armstrong.
Hannah Marie Matthews.
Kelsey Elise Lewis.
Molly Elizabeth Moore.
Danielle Rubin.
Emma Lee Artnick.
Parker Shannon.
Jensen Marie Fike.
Charles Duncan Forbes.
Chelsea Nicole Alt.
Kevin Gregory Dorozinski.
Kayla Elizabeth Olmsted.
Emma Grace Heisey.
Alexander Matthew Lewis.
Larry John Lucas Jr.
Patrick Ryan Sheehan.
Jacob Squire Fries.
Frank Thomas Nanicola.
Alec John Leith Murray.
Jackson Robert Schultz.
Jack Henry Burrows.
Cole Isaac Neubauer.
Spencer Jacob Weinsler.
James William Huguley.
Christian Joseph Butler.
Thomas M. Klein.
Justin Taylor Hicks.
William Thomas Peacock.
Donovan Gary Dubois.
Andrew David Kearns.
Bryce Edward Piatak.
Ryan Thomas Kavanaugh.
David Frederick Herring.
Justin David Turo.
Daniel Jonathan French.
Charles Frederick Maza.
Michael Warren French.
Ryan Michael Spar.
John Patrick Shannon III.
Nicholas Thomas Persanti.
Kyle Andrew Helsel.
Brett Daniel Patton.
Deanna Rose Mejia Rodriguez.
Cameron Lee Siebert.
David Kenneth Moyer.
Christopher James Swanson.
Adam Jarrett Ball.
Charles Chapin Krug.
Ashley Grace Moore.
Stephen C. Bobst.
Dane Adair Doberiner.
Ryan Aaron Smith.
Bennett William Clark.
Christopher Patrick Cavaleris.
Shu Han Tong.
Harsimran Singh Buttar.
Abigail Zadra Heyer.
Christopher Scott Whitehead.
Nicole Ellen Stout.
Griffin Patrick Mino.
Elizabeth Page Smith.
Grant Robert Sullender.
Jacob Robert Humbert.
Benjamin Edward Calley.
Drew Kumar Nanda.
John Jasper.
James C. Malson.
Ellen Nemanowitz.
Nathan Michael Lamantia.
Lauren Catherine Stevens.
Alyssa Lauren Shawley.
Serafina Marie Shimmick.
Catherine Elizabeth Bondi.
Sammy Harris.
Morgan Catherine Lancaster.
Naomi Catherine Fritz.
Jonathan Quincy Phillip.
Molly Suzanne Stutelberg.
Michael Taplin Raffi.
Claire Marie Van Flandern.
Connor Patrick Richmond.
Elise Christine Schucher.
Robert James Gap Jr.
Caroline Barbara Conrath.
Julia Ann Sloan.
Connor Dinkler.
Colton Alexander Castellon.
Brennan McIntyre.
William Randolph Murray.
Carson Polish.
Max Evan Moroknik.
Riley Ann Bergtholdt.
Megan Elizabeth Doheny.
Isabella Corinne Nico.
Benjamin Matthew Skaggs.
Lauren Rose Miller.
J. Travis Yano.
Julia Catherine Forbes.
Morgan Lakey Carpenter.
Carson Roth Bade.
Jillian Kristen Shook.
Samuel Roberts Howley Jr.
Gabriela Amanda Garcia.
Robert Donald Benjamin Lampert.
Christopher S. Tung.
Zachary James Wenz.
Maya Maying Stouffer.
Jason M. Lohmeyer.
Hannah S. Schweitzer.
Thanasi Veselopoulos.
Natalie Elise Brinkman.
Nick Hyam.
Mary Catherine Driscoll.
John P. Higgins.
Marissa Elsa Appelons.
William Joseph Leary.
Chloe Elizabeth Murphy.
Joshua Sean Wagner.
Timothy Ryan Bolahanis.
Kyan Ade Christopher Clater.
Justin Patrick O'Neill.
William Joseph Stout.
Brenna Kathleen Kernan.
Yushuan Chi.
Sarah Elizabeth Meek.
Fumihiko Murakami.
Sienna Marie Pinedo.
Shongshong Jin.
Allison Diane Kettles.
Jennifer Carolyn Schultz.
Sarah Elizabeth Ensor.
Sophia Grace Remersa.
Benjamin Ernest Bojolak.
Graham Joseph Solmos.
Zachary John Bailey.
Anna B. Crisco.
Michael John Anastasia.
Nok Song Dong Yon.
Zachary Wayne Briggs.
Rashmika Govindswamy Balaji.
Derek Joseph Daniels.
Julia Ann Hegan.
Michael Trey Schweller.
Shay Elizabeth Mayan.
Hui Mai.
Hannah Sutton.
Hao Shung.
Elena Pappin.
Junbo Wang.
Caitlin Donna Mira.
Zheyoung Wang.
Brandon Keith Hanyes.
James Patrick Joyce.
Noah Thomas Houseworth.
Claire Vega Williams.
Chloe Emery Kennebeck.
Carolyn Royce Weiner.
Madeline Elise Chernagis.
Mark Timothy Young.
Margaret Helen Rella Pilkington.
Madeline Rose Jett.
Savannah Marie Doslin.
Maria Walter.
Jane Louise Walker.
Erin Elizabeth Wagner.
Peter Mao, Shuchun Mao.
Holland Taylor Walker.
Guoli Hong.
Andrew Stephen Golda.
Xin Yao Wong.
Senyo Ya Agbator.
Xuan Lian.
Trent Michael Jordan.
Chen Jiahao.
Grant Thomas Burgess.
Kai He Ma.
Sarah Ashley Diane.
Ji Zhong Qing.
Evan Connor Ford.
Yu Jia Wong. Yu Qian Wong.
Nortide Berik.
Xinyu Liu.
Zoe Elizabeth Bishop.
Jinlong Shi.
Zi Yun Wang.
Daniel Robert Jacob.
Yaman Sun.
Davis Charles Lip.
Lu Hui.
William Osborne Lincoln.
Lu Shan Yu.
Carl Schulman.
Ing Nguyen Hang Lee.
Grant Amon.
Yijing Yu.
Emmett Lewis Wells.
Madeline Elizabeth Palmer.
Christopher Drew Patritri.
Grace Mary Jacobson.
Carmen Alexandra Sansone.
Selena Gillespie.
Olivia Catherine Belkin.
Renad Hassan Mlemdi.
Richard Rush James Jr.
Stephen Robert Pavlik.
Henry Ragan Wood.
Hao Shen.
Jack Ryan Holloker.
Brady Michael Schofield.
Thomas Gunnar Robinson.
Patrick Kirkland McLeish.
David Abramson.
Elena J. Baker.
Stephen John Malone.
Elise Cynthia Gray.
Pierce Montgomery Morrison.
Bray Crowder.
Brett Michael Husline.
Scott Paul Corbett.
Davis Julian Sell.
Elliot Patrick Hayes.
Daniel O'Neill Sullivan.
Kendrick Von Henry.
Keegan Chijioki Nwosu.
Timothy Robert Stebbins.
Ramson Andreas Michael.
Connor Kenneth Bauer.
Scott Raymond Bonebrake.
Charles Voorhees Shank V.
Michael J. Sullivan.
Reed Christian Naglick.
Nicholas Ryan Trentman.
Zach Kioski.
Nolan James Heline.
Ian Patrick Dowell.
Lily Milano.
Maxwell Ritter Mayatki.
Amanda Young.
Hold on. Madison Marie Skoke.
Edward Anaya.
Connor Robert Ayers.
Cameron Lewis Pace.
Grace Elizabeth Wilson.
Samuel Luke Schroeder.
Sean David Robinson.
Joshua J. Harburn.
Cameron L. Hall.
Deep Patel.
Connor Andrew Gary.
Nicholas Raphael Pilata.
Michael Charles Sforza.
Ryan Franklin Schmidt.
Jackson Andrew Fox.
Lauren Margaret Hancock.
Lev Aaron Grosshandler.
Dimitri Daniel Carno.
Daniel Patrick O'Connell.
Kyle Ward.
Joshua David Schmidt.
Eric Daniel Matheson.
Andrew David Gerline.
Andrew Joseph Iacopelli.
Alexander Juilliard King.
Kaylee McNeil.
Megan Danielle Fitzner.
Sydney Ann Leppert.
Melinda B. Byer.
Laura Plemick.
Alexis Marie Wilson.
Daniela Isabel Rodriguez Quiroz.
Madeline Gregoire.
Isabella Lee Cronin.
Daniela Suzanne Winefor.
Hannah Rose Beddard.
Jeffrey Humphreys Stewart.
Ashley Lynch.
Tucson Jack James Deshawn.
Maura Lynn Clearman.
Alyssa Suzanne Green.
Emily Rose Ramella.
Elizabeth Ann David.
Gabrielle Therese Wiest.
Lucy R. Earl.
Samuel James Borda.
Hannah Rose Pompeo.
Francesco Antonio Luscri.
Camilla Garay.
Nicholas Robert Jackman.
Michael Benjamin DiFilippo.
Benjamin Thomas Kruk.
Alexis Rotner.
William Carlton Anderson Jr.
Marin Ninke.
Corey Griffin Johnson.
Clay McGoy Higgins.
Spencer Patty Martin.
Tyler Michael Nicholas.
John William Holcomb.
Logan Brady Stevens.
Stuart Nathaniel Gentry.
Matthew William Risa.
Elijah Craig Person Davrila.
Calvin Douglas Neely.
Andrew Paul Sunderman.
Nicholas D. Yetzi.
Eric Michael Carlin.
Adam Russell Bears.
McKeely Liu.
Cole Ethan Springer.
Xiaoqian Zhong.
Jenna Marie Suman.
Will Derwin Strunk.
Kelsey Nicole Short.
Matthew Bame Wexler.
Juliana Emilia Ritter.
Peter Christopher Ramsey.
Margaret Mead Cattell.
Riley James Cahall.
Anna Jo Lair.
Barrett Marcus Lechner.
Sarah Catherine Gravitt.
Sean Collier O'Malley.
Mackenzie Burke Ortiz.
Matthew Wilsey.
Megan Elizabeth Worthington.
Kyle Bonnier Myers.
Madeline Grace Thaler McCormick.
Isaac David Rose.
Victoria Phyllis Gambroni.
Brandon Robert Craig.
Ellie Brody.
Samuel Tate Humanchuk.
Zoe Nicole Kelly.
Samuel Patrick Hutz.
Jacob Adam Cornelius.
Chris John Horton.
Annie Catherine Aberly.
Emma Marie Yatskin.
Elizabeth Francis Gaby.
Isaac Gabriel Gilliland.
Jane Mira Lombardo.
Elizabeth Grace Elizabeth Young.
Emily Marie Moore.
Catherine Renee Smith.
Mary Beatrice Fries.
Sarah Frances Atwell.
Lauren Michelle Wachter.
Quinn Riley Cronin.
Madigan Aaron O'Keefe.
Daniel M. Kopp.
Lucas Ronald House.
Morgan K. Winsler.
Sean Everett Nisbet.
Shelby Diane Six.
Peter A. Maldonado.
Maislin M. Slade.
Jack Ryan Guesswine.
John Anthony Mary Garreau.
David Alexander Jordan.
James David Stablin Jr.,
Shi Chong Chen,
Johnny Martin,
Christina Sepulveda,
Alexander Ryan Beagle,
Brianna Morgan Tem,
Michael Ryan Avalon,
Andrea R. Franchino,
Haley Marie Stepik,
Amanda R. Lifter,
Alex Vassapoli,
Xin Jing Lee,
Andrew Odin Guggenheim,
Madison Taylor Frint,
Liam Grayson Pegg,
Olivia Day Owens,
Nicholas Patrick Windley,
Emily Nebraska,
Mark Amity Hagan,
Grace Sullivan,
Michael Thomas Musial,
Olivia Brianna Fosnow,
Zachary Douglas Mauser,
Sydney Ellen Lauren Mason,
Joseph Stephen Jennings,
Renee Hannah Feiger,
John Christopher Plaster Jr.,
Abigail Chase Vomostik,
Zachary Holden Biederman,
Graham Thomas Starn,
Judge Patrick Nuff,
Noah Martin Kirsch,
Ethan James Talbot,
Rosalina Marie Fry,
Bryce Edward Martin,
Griffin Daniel Bitzer,
Zachary Ryan Lewis,
Andrew William Dicker,
Michael Brian Foley,
Emma N. Kern,
Daniel Robert Strength,
Christine DeSantis,
Matthew Allen Preby,
Andrew Riggs,
Robert Burke Abbott,
Michael John Osters Jr.,
Jiani Gao,
Michael Andrew Consila,
James Michael Flynn III,
Samuel Robert Wanger,
Everett Zane Buter,
Clinton Douglas Ransom,
Kyle M. Green,
Brintha Ramasamy,
Hussein Mohib Murray,
Malini Narlanka,
Wyatt Barton Taylor,
Chad Allen Henderson,
Nolan Timothy Dussel,
Jonathan Palmer Tipping,
Matthew Leo Smuda,
Hua Don,
Benjamin Fong Loy,
Ian Thomas Chenkis,
Caroline Ann Braga,
Josiah Putrich,
Emily Nicole Rose,
Ethan B. Cook,
Kyle Charles Naderhoff,
Ryan Seago,
Anthony Nello Marancini,
Alexandra Laura Spaxai,
Daniel Robert Barstow,
Lance William Jacob Helton,
Michael John Ryan,
Kyle David Fryer,
Grant Richard Winkle,
David Patrick Lalonde,
Colin Eric McGregor,
Preston Scott Streeter,
Patrick Thomas Ward,
Eric William Harmeyer,
Bain William Kurtz,
Kenneth L. Stahl,
Salvatore Miles Segredo,
Mitchell Joseph Postuk,
Max Griffin Amiss,
Adam Joseph McCandless,
Charles Burnham Fry,
David Edward Bria III,
John Charles Kraus,
Tyler Jordan Cadill,
J. Fisher Sellers,
Joseph Patrick Snyder,
Samuel John DeCapua,
Carson Elliott Nichols,
Nathan Thomas Beaver,
Jared Garson,
Gavin Ryan Davison,
Dylan Page,
John Hegard Hartfield,
Colin James Hobart,
Allison Page Luckscheider,
Will E. Grabovic,
Tanvi Berry,
Jackson Werner Schaff.
W. Scott Manning. Valerie Isabella Naedi. Simone Namborayer.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure and pride that I present Miami's newest alumni and the business and organizational leaders of the future, the class of 2022. I'd now like to ask Jesla to select a song to perform for you. Thank you.
I'll fly with the horses, I'll swim through the seas, I'll climb to the mountain tops. Won't you come follow me? I'll take time to notice all that I see, and after I've come so far, do you know where I'll be? I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. Well, life is a vision, that's how it should be. The world is a canvas, and the choices are free. At the end of the journey, when all is complete, they'll wonder where I've gone, but you know where I'll be. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away Well, dreams last forever, for all that we know. The roads come together, and that's where we'll go. We'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. Oh, I'll fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away home. We'll fly away, fly away, fly away.
What an absolutely beautiful choice of song. And thank you, Joseph. What a beautiful rendition. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Well, I'm on to the last page of the program. Can you believe that? So we'll be concluding our ceremony in just a few minutes after the singing of the Miami Alma Mater. After that, families may meet their graduates outside in front of the auditorium. And graduates, your faculty members will also be in the tents outside on the south lawn to offer you their congratulations, well wishes, and some light refreshments as you begin your journey beyond campus. To do this quickly and as smoothly as possible, we ask you to remain seated until we've completed the recessional. So now please rise and join Jesla as she sings us in the Alma Mater. Thank you.